Hi there, listener. You're about to experience TADPOG. Tyler and Dave play old games, and there will be plenty of game talk, but also copious amounts of crude, off-color, offensive, and immature speech. So if you are of a rather sensitive humor constitution, we're just letting you know what you're in for with this show. It has games. It has jokes. You know, just games and jokes. Take the games, take the jokes, and have a good time.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to another TADPOG podcast. A show that happens twice a week. We're two old guys. At some point during the show, we will probably talk about old games. Somebody may ask a question.
Probably.
We'll say something, Earthbound, Chrono Trigger. There you go.
Chances are.
Old games have been included.
Happen. Yeah.
We're loosely a gaming podcast.
Yeah, we are. Yeah. If anyone just started listening to this show in like the last month, they're probably really confused by the title.
Yeah.
But I guess technically Little Fears
is pretty old.
It's pretty old.
Yeah.
So there we go.
So that 5-star review read it right. Like mediocre game talk.
Yeah.
Amazing butthole conversation.
You know, it is. I think about that review a lot because I do honestly feel like that review changed the show. Like, I feel like that was the one where it was like, because you and I talked about that review, and it was like, yeah, you know, the game talk really is like pretty the thing that we don't like to do the most. Or I'll speak for myself. So thanks, review.
Because I feel like a lot of other gaming podcasts, they're just more professional and dedicated to the games.
They're super professional.
And we just we like games.
Yeah.
It's a good core to build on.
Yeah.
But
we've never been professional about it.
Yeah.
Not.
We're not journalists. We're not reviewers.
No.
We're really reviewers. We'll just play games we haven't played in
Sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what? I like hanging out with you.
I like hanging out with you.
I do.
Yeah.
That's not a goof.
I know it's not. I know it's not.
So it's nice to do this show. I don't care what we talk about. Honestly, I don't care. Like we could just take calls on this episode if you wanted to.
I'd be fine. Yeah, let's do that. I'd be fine taking calls about every episode.
Yeah, I would too. If we had the volume, that would be sweet. We got a lot right now.
Yeah, and I guess games. I feel like a lot of the games. I bet 70% of the games that we've already played that we're passionate about.
Yeah.
We've done.
Yes, I agree.
So now, because now it's just and when you don't have as much. Well, you're not that's not your. If that's all we did, it would be totally different. But
just games, you mean?
Yeah. If for some reason the Patreon started raking enough money for us to just do this, then it'd be totally different.
So in the distant future,
in the far distant, when the economy collapses, but Patreon is still around.
Right? When the dollar is worth $1,000.
When Patreon becomes bottle cap follow currency.
Absolutely. Yes, then we'll do all games. Hey, I think the great news is I hope we're not proven wrong when we start playing calls, but it seems like no one really cares that we don't. Everyone's fine with the amount that we talk about games.
Yeah.
But now watch the first 8 calls we play tonight are going to be like, man, I love it when you guys talk about games.
Well, Bower Mill, that. This podcast is at its best when it talks about games with laser focus. Really? Really? Okay.
We have actually crafted this whole podcast around 2 iTunes reviews.
Yep. Well, today, all calls. I want to do all calls.
Yeah, you're Tyler.
Oh yeah, I'm Tyler.
I'm Dave.
I'm your bearded host.
I'm your bespectacled host.
And let's see, because whenever Paul and Chandra were here, I thought I had Jordan's package.
Right.
It was wrong.
And it was the cat mirror.
Yep. But I found Jordan's package.
Oh.
I thought it was just packing material because the way he wrapped it. I realized after the fact he had wrapped it in the shape of a dick and balls.
That came through the U.S. Postal Service?
Yep.
Really?
Well, no, it didn't come to the Postal Service. When Meg went to see Wiley and Laura in Florida, she picked it up and brought it back.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Because I would be surprised if the middle-aged woman at the USPS counter would let that go through.
But what he sent us, because I made sure I didn't tell you. I wish I didn't know. because I showed Ryan.
You sent me a message and you said that
It may be one of the greatest gifts we've ever received.
Really? I've been like, this has been a huge buildup because you opened this a long time ago.
And we've just been doing stuff where we want to save our packages for like different shows.
Yeah,
There's been little fears and noisy people cards.
You know, the shows where we don't have much content. All right, so
what I have in my hand is what we've been sent because Jordan asked us a long time ago. Jordan,
it fits in your hand.
Yep. Jordan sent us. He asked us each what in the TADPOG logo, what we were wearing underneath the TADPOG.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
So what he sent us is based off of that.
I said I wasn't wearing pants. What did you say?
I think I said I was wearing sweatpants.
Okay.
But so what he has crafted are Tyler and Dave amiibos.
Oh, that's awesome. How did he make these?
And these are so fucking good.
Holy shit.
It's mind-blowing. Like they're literal, on the bottom, they are amiibos.
Have you scanned this in yet? Can we be in Mario Kart?
Well, look,
is Jordan a Nintendo genius?
Because I believe what he did, he took and he added on to existing amiibos. Because I believe your amiibo base is either Ness or Lucas.
Yeah.
And then I believe mine is Tom Nook from the Animal Crossing series. Because at first I was like, I do not have that belly to ass ratio. Then it's like, oh, I think I'm Tom Nook because he has the round bald head.
Holy shit.
So here they are.
Oh my God, this is amazing. Look at my dick.
Look at your dick. Look at my dick.
It's off. What happened? Oh, that's great. I love it. Damn, your dick's so much longer than mine, dog.
Listen to the podcast. That's what Jordan assumes. We both have large penises, and mine is so large a woman would not ever want to experience it.
It's also floppy. It's also just kind of like
it's just a heavy hose.
Oh my God, this is hilarious! I love this.
It's so good.
So I'm assuming this. I mean, these definitely need to go in the show notes.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Here you go. I'll give you yours back. I'll hold mine so it can be my avatar for the.
And send us a letter with it.
Okay, great.
Fucking Tadpog. Jordan Morale here, sending you my package. I, and then part of it ripped off, gave it to Meg to give to you, slow and gentle. So I asked both of you a question on Facebook, and now newlywed style, I want you both to answer what the other thanks your avatars.
Did we?
What thanks is under your avatars in the Tadpog logo, which we already just answered.
That. Yeah. We didn't newlywed style it, sorry.
The winner gets the present inside these balls, which already opened.
Okay.
Because I didn't know what they were. I didn't know that was the package. Or you've already opened them before reading this. Hopefully you enjoyed my package as all the listeners and I have enjoyed the show. Keep those dicks up.
God, this is amazing.
Here's a joke and a picture of Trogdor. Question, what's the difference between jelly and jam? Answer, I can jelly my dick up your ass. And then he has a very good picture of Trogdor the Burninator underneath his signature.
So I'll put that in the show notes too.
Yeah.
So go to the show notes and look at these. No, seriously, this is a plug for the show notes, but this is more like you need to see what Jordan did.
And I'm going to put...
Holy shit.
I'm going to put most of these on the Instagram.
Yeah.
But I know we have a lot of younger followers on Instagram.
Are they
So
robots?
I haven't been posting... No. So I haven't been posting a lot of explicit content because I know there are younger people on the Instagram because that's the younger people's app. They don't do Facebook. They do Instagram. So...
Like how young? Like 8-year-olds?
8-year-olds, yeah. A lot of Kenneth's friends. I think...
like high school age?
High school.
Oh, they could see a dick. They could see it's not a real one. We can censor it out. That's what I'll do. I'll
pixelate it?
Yeah, no, I'll put a kitten on them. Or a sloth.
Okay.
We'll be good.
So that's what Jordan's in us. Damn
Thanks,
good.
Jordan. That's amazing.
Damn amazing. And then the other part of my intro that I have in the bag here.
Uh-huh.
It's not so much an intro as to what I'm going to be doing during the course of this show.
Oh, you're drinking, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So I've been listening to... early My Brother and Me. I went back to episode 1 and had been listening forward.
It's a great podcast.
I enjoy the show.
It's a great podcast.
And Let me move my mouse pad and try to organize it here because you'll hear me setting down the thing all night long if I don't try to take care of the sound. But they talk about a drink very early on, very, very early on. Whenever Griffin is not married, he's living with Travis somewhere,
That was a long
and
time ago.
they're on a budget. And they talk about a drink that they say, do not do this drink. Do not do it. Do not, under any circumstances, make and take this drink.
It's
But
Mountain
we
Dew.
do, and it gets us fucked up real bad on the cheap. And they call it a trash monkey.
I don't remember this. That's been a really long time.
It's like
ago.
episode 17,
Okay,
18,
all
it's
right.
real early on. So I
trash
went
monkey.
and tried to buy the ingredients for a trash monkey. One of the ingredients is illegal now, I think.
Four
so I
Loko?
couldn't find it. It's an energy beer. So like Four Loko.
Similarity.
So I could not find an energy beer anywhere. So I've got a facsimile.
Okay.
But one ingredient was a 40. So I have here a 40
A Colt 45.
of Colt 45.
Yes. Great.
And what you're
Good
supposed
choice.
to do is just have the Colt 45 and drink it down to the label.
How are you going to do that?
I don't know. I don't know if I can do
I don't
this.
think that you can do this.
This might just go in the garbage can, or it might be too much of a success, and you have
No.
to edit this episode.
No, I think you've expressed on this show, and I know this. I know because I know you. You do not like beer.
No.
That's not really beer though. That's like a malt beverage, right? Like,
Someone who drank a lot and then took a piss. That's malt liquor, to my understanding.
yeah. Okay. I don't. Okay. All right.
So
I can edit this. That's fine. I'll edit this.
That's why I like. Well, when are you going to record? As early as we can, because I don't want to die.
No, you can die at any time of the day. I don't know if you knew that.
Well, I want to. If it affects me, I want to be able to let the effects pass before I have to take sleep medication at night to go to bed because I have to get up early with Kenna.
Well, I mean, if this is a huge success, you said energy beer, so I'm assuming you're not going to go to sleep. There's the Red Bull,
Red Bull,
sugar free.
can be somewhat calorie conscious, and then a Busch Light. So after you drink it down to the top of the label, you fill it back up with what would be an energy beer.
So
Now
oh my
I will
God,
fill
this is
it
gonna be
back up
awful.
with
Tyler,
Busch Light
don't do
and
this.
Red Bull.
Don't do
I
this.
probably can't.
This is gonna be awful.
I will probably take 4 drinks and then not want to look at it again. So I probably can't do it, but it's here.
I'll help you.
Okay.
I'll help you with half. I'll get you to half of the label. I've never had a Colt 45.
Neither. The only person I've ever known to drink malt liquor is our friend Jay Brent. And he would always go and buy a 40 of Old English before every party.
I have had Old English. So Colt 45 is like Old English?
I think it is.
Old English.
I could be wrong.
Old English is awful.
Yeah.
It is awful.
Jay Brent drinks on a budget, so or he did in college.
He's a real trash monkey.
Yeah. And they assured it's not racist, it's just what we call it. So that's what I'll be doing.
Okay. So, I mean, are you gonna do it now?
I guess
or
I'll crack
are
this
you
open
just-
now.
Are you just gonna sip on that Colt 45? Ooh, yeah, that's good.
Oh,
I want to smell
the
this.
stench that immediately comes out of it.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, it smells bad.
Yeah. I mean, no, it doesn't smell great.
You take
for sure.
take a sip of this straight
Yeah.
Colt 45.
You don't want the first? You bought it.
Nope, go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead.
Are you sure?
You break this Colt 45 cherry.
All right. It smells bad, but it doesn't smell like
It's really skunky
awful.
beer.
Yeah, it smells like skunky beer. It's not horrible.
Yeah.
You are gonna.
I'm not gonna like
You
it.
are going.
I know under no circumstances I'm gonna enjoy this in any form
No,
or fashion.
you are going to hate this.
Maybe the combination of Colt 45 and Busch Light will somehow be 2 negatives make it positive.
Yeah, I'm gonna take another. I mean, it's not that great. I'm gonna take another sip though. All right, I got you a third to the label. You're not gonna like this, man.
Oh, that's gross.
Your reaction is a lot calmer than I expected.
Because I've experienced. I've had that taste before. It does reminiscent of it's just bad beers
It
that
is-
I've had.
yeah, it tastes like bad beer.
Which to me always reminds me of old ashtrays.
Yeah,
That's why I can't drink beer. Just I taste that, and that's immediately what I think of. Just
because it smells like a 1980s bowling alley.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
And I get it. I
don't-
do.
I don't think I don't have a big desire. Like, I wanted to like coffee, so I was able to get over that hump and then enjoy coffee. Like, I don't really want to like beer. Plus, that mental barrier is going to be really hard to break, so I don't think I'll ever enjoy beer.
Tyler, I know you have a big desire because I've seen your amiibo. You have a lariat. Look at you go, man. You are down in it. Here, I'll help you. We're about halfway to the label. As we keep passing the malt liquor over the soundboard.
Yeah, it's a real good thing.
This, like, comically sized bottle. This fucking thing is huge, man. This is like, I feel like I'm 8 years old and I just, like, picked up my dad's beer off the
I had to dig back in the back to find it at the liquor store.
Like, you had to ask at the front, excuse me.
Well, I had to ask for energy beer because I could not buy one anywhere. And he was like, "Oh, no. Those are, they don't sell those now. They're too dangerous. People have died."
He didn't take you to, like, a secret room.
He's like, at Four Loko, they've taken up the caffeine and up the... Yeah, you've got your Monster.
I do have a Monster Energy drink. I mean, I could join in on these reindeer games, too. I do have to get home at some point, and my brakes are really bad. I don't know if you heard me pull in. I think the pads are gone.
So this could be the last TADPOG podcast.
Could be.
We said we would carry on without the other one, but we could both be gone
Now we'll be like Tupac. Like, we'll just release like 10,000 episodes.
Finding episodes and stuff for us.
Gross. So you're doing this because you're sad about Prince dying?
So sad.
Yep.
He was so good in his guest appearance in New Girl.
Oh, he was on New Girl?
Yep. Because I've never really heard... Everyone talks about Purple Rain. I don't know that I've listened to the entirety of Purple Rain or really any Prince song.
Do you remember the Batman soundtrack?
I know he did the Batman soundtrack.
I had that, and I remember, like, that was like one of the first, like, real adult cassette tapes that I had as a kid. And I remember my parents got it for me because I didn't know where to get cassette tapes when I was like a 10-year-old. I guess I was probably maybe even younger than 10 when that movie came out. But it had some pretty, I mean, it's Prince, so I mean, I remember it had at least one bad word in it. I know
Oh, man.
I know. Now, but other than that, I wasn't a real big Prince fan. Even like, and it sucks because like I feel awful because like, yeah, man, that's really, really shitty that he is no longer here. But like I listen to a lot of podcasts where like they talk about current events and stuff, and that's been like everyone's talking about his death, and so they at least like almost all of them play at least one Prince song. And when if it's not one of the hits that I've heard 1,000 times on the radio, it's kind of like, all right, this is a song. So I know that's blasphemy, but I've never been a huge fan.
Yeah. Neither have I. I mean, I know what he meant to music. So
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah.
So
That's all that matters,
yeah.
really.
So this is TADPOG's tribute to Prince.
I know. Yeah. So now we'll play a Prince song. We're going to do a live cover of, I don't know. What's a Prince song?
Purple Rain.
Purple Rain.
That's all I can say.
I haven't even seen the movie. That's awful, right?
No, I haven't either.
Yeah. We're two awful people.
I've seen some of his SNL performances, and that's about it. And then when he was on New Girl. And of course the stories that they told about him on Chappelle's Show. So
Yes, that's probably where I know. Like, that's my biggest exposure to Prince is from the Chappelle Show.
do you want to roll out into calls, or do you have an intro, or is both of us taking the Colt 45 sufficient?
I'll have some more of that. I'll help you get down. We're not down to the label yet. We're not even to the main event yet. You haven't even put Red Bull
That's true.
or the Bush
Bush Light.
in there.
Oh, because have I told the story about getting pee in my mouth on the before?
Who's pee?
Somebody who peed in my mouth.
Yeah, you have.
I have.
Yeah.
Okay, because the aftertaste of Colt 45 is like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but cold, but still the you never forget that taste.
Well,
and it's not that different.
I didn't ask you in that way to try to get you to share the identity of the person who peed in your mouth. I asked because I was like, is there a story about you peeing in your own mouth that I haven't heard?
But oh man, because I've been trying to take long drags of it.
We're almost there.
Long pulls. I guess a drag is a cigarette and a pull is a drink.
I do have an intro, Tyler. So I spent a lot of time yesterday, and by a lot of time, I mean like 5 minutes, trying to perfectly craft the most confusing Facebook message I possibly can. And I sent it to you. And I feel like I did a pretty good job because I got zero response.
Yeah. It was. I remember I was like already
Do you remember what it was?
already had my sleep meds, and I looked at it. I was like, I don't know what he means. I'll check it out again in the morning.
It brought me so much joy. I don't know why, because it was like I felt like I was pulling a prank or something that was like harmless, like it wasn't going to hurt anybody. But I was like, man, what is the most confusing text message that I can send Tyler without like making him think that I'm ill or hurt or in need of help? And what I decided on. What I decided on was 2 questions in one line. What calorie for dogs?
And I saw it. I was like, what? I scrolled back up a little bit to see if I missed something.
It was just out of nowhere.
And I went back down and I was like, okay, if that's for me, he'll say something. Or if it's not for me, he'll say something. But otherwise, I don't know. It's probably because I'm sleepy. I'll deal with that in the morning.
I laughed like that, like I just did. I laughed like that for like 5 minutes after I said it. And then Nikki came in the bedroom. She's like, what are you laughing about? And I just handed her the phone. And she's like, I don't get it. I was like, I just sent it to him. So yeah, there's my intro. And I love it. Like, you didn't say a thing.
No, I didn't.
That was part of the game, because I was like, what's he going to do? That's like part of the thing. How's he going to react to this? And I was like, and I know you, and I love that I predicted. I was like, there's a good chance he's not going to say anything, because it's just going to be like, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
I don't know what he means. Maybe in the morning when I'm not sleepy, I'll be like, oh yeah, that feeding dogs those calories.
Well, it's like, what's great, what I loved about it was, this went into my process of like crafting this question. I was like, okay, now it needs to be something vague, but it also needs to be something that, okay, Tyler knows that I like dogs. So let me put something about a dog in there.
Do I love calories?
We talk about not on the show a whole lot, but we talk about like watching our weight and being good.
That's our old person version of weather.
I know, it really is. Like, we'll talk. Oh my God, how many calories are that Colt 45 we just slugged?
There is no fucking telling.
They don't even have anything on the side.
No.
In the calorie box, it just says "don't."
If you're drinking this, calories are not your biggest concern. It doesn't even list the alcohol, the percentage of the alcohol in it.
If you were to guess,
it tastes like pee.
For the Colt 45, what calorie for dogs?
That's a Yahoo Answers question.
No, that's it. That was part of it too. It was very much like, man, I felt like I fucking nailed it. Like, that was like, when I sent that message, I was like, I'm never going to write anything as good as this, ever.
I know alcohol has 7 calories per gram, but what calorie for dogs? I do not want my dog to get fat, but he loves beer.
The other thing was, I was like, maybe Tyler will think I'm asking him how many calories are in a dog.
If I were to eat a dog,
exactly.
It's not on MyFitnessPal. How do I log that?
I know I need
Did
to
the breeds matter?
I need to add it to my meals. So that randomly, when someone goes to like type hot dogs or something, and it autocorrects, so holy shit, someone entered a dog in here.
I had to go running. Is there like a dog that's like more carbs? Like, what dog is best for carbo loading for a long run?
We're still not to the label on that Colt 45.
I'm gonna do it right now.
You're gonna do it right now?
Do it right now.
All right.
So tell me a story, Dave.
I'm just gonna describe you drinking this. Man, you are killing it. You're fucking like, you're John Belushi. You're at the label, man. You're past the label. You gotta be. You're there.
Close.
That's it. You're there.
Oh, I'm really close to me. Ugh.
There you go. You gotta be there.
Yeah, that's the label.
Oh, you're past the label. You look ill.
It's not good.
You look ill.
Ugh.
I know you're sweating because you're hot, but like, it doesn't help. It looks like you're gonna die.
But now your sweat's like yellow.
Yeah. You got the Colt sweats, man.
You look like you're a melting wax figurine now. Okay.
All right, so you're gonna pour the Busch in first.
I guess I'll go energy drink.
You're gonna put the whole Red Bull in there.
I guess I'm gonna alternate on and off.
Okay, all right. So you're gonna put a little Red Bull in, then a little Busch Light. I can't wait to try this. Oh, you need a funnel or something.
Ooh. Sorry for the burping. I can't really cover my mouth or do anything different right now.
You're very carefully pouring this Red Bull in.
Well, if it goes all over my phone, my D&D book, the soundboard.
Is there any reason that you have
This is great radio.
the 5th edition Player's Handbook out?
It's the only book that isn't packed up. So I wanted to use it to muffle sound.
As it should be. I like that. I like that a D&D book is the only book that's not packed. All right. This looks gross.
Pretty solid.
How much did you put in there?
Almost all of it.
Okay.
So I bet, well, there's a lot more of the beer than there is
Here
the
it
Red
comes.
Bull.
Here comes the Busch beer.
Yep.
Oh, all over the book.
Yeah. Well, it's laminated. Is there anything in here?
There's some shirts that I'm sure.
If they were my shirts, I would grab them.
Oh,
well, let me.
I got a spool of thread. You want to try to clean it up with
I'll
that?
clean it up in a second.
The one where Tyler makes Ryan's extra room smell like a Busch beer. Oh, good idea. Good call, pouring it over the bag. Lots of foam. This is like a science fair volcano. It is erupting. It's erupting with foam. Did they mention this on the podcast?
They did not. So I guess I'll just let that go.
You're just going to let it sit. I don't think that's going down, man.
There we go. Because I know that's a weird thing. You can put your finger in like a foamy drink, and the oils in your finger make the foam go down.
Yeah, here, like if you put your finger at the crease of your nose.
Oh, get the oil.
Yeah.
Get good and
Get
saturated
good
oil.
nose oil.
Will you drink after my nose oil goes into it?
Yeah.
You mind my nose oil?
I don't mind your nose oil.
That's how close we are here, TADPOG.
Yeah,
Nose
no, it's
oils.
fine. I've known you a long time.
It's true. So I sent you the other day the 8-year anniversary of like you extended my Facebook friend request.
I know.
Because we were friends for
A long time before
2
I was on
years
Facebook.
pre-Facebook.
Yeah, I was a slow adopter. I still kind of regret my decision of joining Facebook.
I was against it for a while,
Yeah.
and then like Meg had to do it for a class. So then when I was bored, like Final Fantasy 11 was down. So that's why I made a Facebook account.
Gotcha. That makes sense. I get it. We still need to do a Final Fantasy 11 episode at some point.
Yeah, we do.
All right, pour. Get that Busch beer in there. Get it. And it's erupting with foam again.
So if it wasn't for the foam, I mean, both would fit in there very easily. Because you're supposed to fill it back up. So I guess it's both of them.
Well, you want to take a call? Maybe
Yeah, let's take a call
while we wait for the foam
I
to settle.
concoct this.
All right, let me see. All right, what do you think, Dave Amiibo? With your man, you know what? Jordan really did me a favor.
So thick.
I know. I'm gonna show Nikki this, and she's gonna roll her eyes. Be like,
That's better than laughing.
All right, let's see. First is a text message. This is from 412, who says, "Effin' Dave Pog, I challenge Dave to Mortal Kombat during a show, or I can drive to Kentucky. It's not far from Pittsburgh. I concede you're going to beat me in Mortal Kombat. I guarantee it. If you're willing to get in Yin's car and drive from Pittsburgh to Paducah, you're going to win. And Mortal Kombat like 1 for the SNES? Is that what we're talking about?
He said Mortal Kombat. Or a fight to the death. I don't know.
Mortal Kombat is a proper noun, so
Okay.
I don't want to do either. I don't want to fight this man or woman to death, and I don't want to accept the challenge for playing Mortal Kombat because I'll lose.
They must know you're a better challenger than I am at Mortal Kombat.
I must have said something at some point on the show. Like I feel like maybe I boasted and I shouldn't have. I don't know.
Well, you beat all the Mortal Kombats, like as we had to play them through the show.
Yeah, I've beaten them all, but I'm not. That doesn't mean that I'm good at them. Like it's a totally different thing. Where it's like I've finished Mortal Kombat 2 on the arcade, but I'm not good at it. I just played it for like 2 hours. So thank you 412. Challenge declined. I concede that you are a better Mortal Kombat player than I. You sit in your throne of skulls in Pittsburgh. Here is Tyler. I see you poured some more Bush beer in there. You got you got a little volcano going.
Yep.
Here is another text message. This is from 520, who says, "Hey Tadpog, since Dave likes colons, here you go." You know I like colons. And then it's just photograph after photograph.
Up close of his like a goatee asshole.
Actually, it is 3 colons in a row, and then another text message that says, I like this question already. What's your favorite Gurmit? For me, it's the jerky it's the jerky, the sticks you get out with the tongs. Okay, followed by roller dogs. P.S. Motherfucking Tadpog. All right. I fucked up reading that text message like I promised I will. What's your favorite Gurmit? There's no period, but I'm going to imply a period. For me, it's the jerky, and I assume, the sticks you get out, and the sticks you get out with the tongs.
I know what they're talking about.
Followed by roller dogs. I'm familiar with the roller dogs. What are the sticks that you get out with tongs?
Because they'll have the little like plastic bins that you can go and get pieces of beef jerky. They're not in a lot of places, but I know what he's talking about.
Because I'm familiar with the prepackaged beef jerky, Slim Jims and stuff like that. But I don't think I've ever seen that. For anyone who hasn't been listening to the show for a long time, Gurmit is gas station food. Like that's slang for gas station food. I stay away from the roller dogs. I'm a pretty much man. If I'm on a road trip, Tyler, you know what I want to get. I want to get some pork rinds.
Yep.
I want to get some pork rinds.
Good.
All day, every day. I would eat pork rinds every day.
It's pretty good. And diet wise, like better than any chips you can eat. So.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. Like you or Miller both were on a diet for a while where you.
So was
were encouraged.
So was Jacob.
Jacob was on that too.
Because it's part of keto is to cut out carbs.
Yeah.
And pork rinds are one of because the thing is when you don't eat carbs, you don't get a lot of crunch in your diet. So, and you miss that crunch so much. Pork rinds that's like a saving grace. When you want something like crunchy and like what would be carby, but you can't have it, pork rinds satisfy a lot of cravings.
Because it's just animal skin.
Yeah, it's
That's been
fat.
fried.
It's just fat.
Have you? I'm sure you have. Have you ever had like homemade cracklins?
I have not.
A guy from work, like you remember the guy I was talking about a long time ago, who's like, he's a man, like he's like in his
Yes, Miss Swan, go on.
he's just a man, like it's like everything.
He's looking like a man.
He looks like a man, Everything about him is like, oh, that dude's a fucking
He's a fucking man. Yeah.
Like I mean, if
Toby Keith tips his cowboy hat to that guy, he's so much of a man.
Like when he pulls into work, like he could tell me I built that car, and I'd be like, yeah, I bet he fucking did. Look at him. Look at him.
Yeah.
He's like doesn't care what he looks like. He's just like covered in hair. He's like a big tall Wolverine.
He's the stereotype of a man.
He is. And he made some pork cracklins and brought them into work, and everyone was afraid of them because they look like, they just look like things you would find under the oven.
Flayed skin that's been fried, yeah.
And so I saw him on the break room table, and I was like, fucking pork cracklins? Yeah, let's do this shit. And I was like, they're in a Ziploc bag. That's kind of sketchy, but whatever. And I opened them up, and I smelled them, and I was like, these smell really good. Like they smelled so good where it's like, I need to ask somebody before I eat these because like these are somebody's. Like somebody set these here like with love and care. And like, I'm going to eat you at 12 o'clock. So I asked one of the guys in the back, I said, can I have these? And they're like, yeah, man. Kenny made them. And I took a really long time deliberating whether I wanted to use his name or not. Help yourself. And they were really, really good. Like these were, I'm sure he killed the pig himself. I'm sure he raised the pig from a piglet taught it to read and understand human comprehension, and then just choked it to death quietly. Wept a single tear, and then broke it open with his bare hands into a frying pan.
Because he also wanted to become a lich. So he 2 birds, 1 stone. Pork piglins and liched them.
These things were amazing, and it was so much better than like. I'm spoiled now. I can't go back. I can't go back to baconettes. Mm-hmm. Is that the brand, or is that the shake? Is that like the little prepackaged bacon bits?
Bacon bit, yeah, baconette. I think there's another one besides bacon bits. It's another brand name.
Whatever.
So,
do you care about brand name when it comes to pork rinds?
There is one brand I always go after because it's the only hot and spicy brand in the store whenever I go. Bakettes, I think that's the brand name.
That's the one I'm trying to come up with. Bakettes, yeah. Because I always get the hot and spicy ones too.
Yeah.
What is your favorite Gurmit, Tyler?
Let's see.
Zebra cakes? Yes. Jim Donuts?
Zebra cakes.
Colt 45?
If I have to get Jim Donuts, I will go after a bag of Little Debbie donuts, preferably.
Yeah.
For the sweet thing. Or Paydays.
Dude, a payday is great. Mm-hmm. That's not a horrible candy bar, like as far as candy bars.
As far as everything, compared to everything else, it's not. But let's see, Zebra cakes, Paydays. I like roller dogs. Yeah. I do, like if the ones pre-packed with cheese or jalapenos. I've done those on occasion. I like condiments, so I don't go after a ham and cheese sandwich, but I'll get a prepackaged chicken salad sandwich.
I do like a gas station sandwich. Mm-hmm. That's no joke. And usually I'm too lazy to put condiments on it, so it's usually just like bread and meat and cheese.
That's why I like chicken sandwiches. Everything rolled into it. I'll just get that.
That is a good choice.
So I don't get gas station tuna. I'm particular about tuna. Unless I make it or my mom makes it, I don't really eat tuna fish. I love tuna fish, but only from those two camps.
Gas station po' boy. I've mentioned that on the show. That is a favorite of mine, but only at a very specific gas station in Slidell, Louisiana. Like that is the only place that I would trust a po' boy sandwich from a gas station.
The only place I'll usually get Doritos at will be at a gas station when I have some kind of sandwich.
Man, nothing's more freeing than being on a road trip because I feel like I can eat whatever I want to.
Yeah, diet goes out the window when you're on a road trip because it's too difficult to like try and wait and find the right exit to like if you're traveling,
I love it. It's a perfect excuse. Even if it's like a 5-hour trip, it's like better stop at the Quick Mart and fucking stock up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the trash monkey looks like it's complete.
I think that's as good as we get.
Touch on that.
Wait, let that foam go all the way down.
You're just prolonging the magic.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great question. Thank you 520 for the Gurmit question. God, I love some Gurmit. Here is an actual.
And I love Wiley for naming it. I know so perfectly.
I know. I'm gonna check and see if that's on Urban Dictionary. We have a call. This is from 757. It looks to be like it's a little bit long. Do you think you can wait like 2 minutes 36 seconds before you take a drink of that trash monkey?
Yep.
Okay. All right, here we go.
What's up, TADPOG? It's your beloved Adam.
Beloved Adam.
Calling at 100% battery. Stuck on that iPhone. Driving to work and just finished up the Phil Hawkins interview podcast, which was mighty enjoyable. That was a fun one to listen to. And that one of the things that stuck out to me the most was when you guys were talking about kissing and Tyler. I died laughing, and even rewound it to listen to it again when Tyler was talking about just put your tongue in my mouth and I'll play around with it. Like, I died laughing because I remember the first time I ever went in for the French kiss, I had no idea what to do. You know, at school everybody's talking and they're like, guys go clockwise, girls go counterclockwise, or if you go this way, it's this, if you go that way, it means that, and I was just like, bro,
never heard that.
I don't know what I'm doing here. So, a question I have for you guys is, when was your first French kiss, and tell us a little bit about it. Mine was in 6th grade, at the 6th grade dance with a girl named Mandy State. And we were dancing, and I had just finished eating an orange Airhead, which, in my opinion, is probably the worst Airhead to eat before making out. I would definitely go with the white mystery if you really want to romance a lady. But looked at her. We were probably 6 feet apart, had to leave room for the Holy Spirit, even though I wasn't a Christian in 6th grade. And I cocked my head as far to the right as I could, opened my mouth wide and just went willy-nilly with that tongue. And it was one of the best experiences of my life. It was the last dance of the night, and after that dance finished, the lights kind of dimmed up. I turned around feeling like a boss, 6th grade boner in my jeans, and across the freaking gym, I see my dad standing right at the door with this big, stupid smile.
Oh, yeah.
I felt terrible. Cold rush of sweat all over my body.
No.
As we're walking to the car, I'm walking like 6 feet in front of my dad as fast as I can, and my dad just says, "So, son, how was the dance?" And I said, "Fine, Dad, let's go home. I want to play Nintendo." And the whole ride home, my dad just kept giving me these stupid looks.
Uh-huh.
So, want to hear your stories of the first time you guys gave the ladies a French kiss. And you said something about an all-call show, so I'll be looking forward to that. And I hope you get my package soon, and I'll call you guys in a day or two. Love you.
And we love you, Adam.
We love you too, Adam.
I think I've talked about my first kiss before. I mean, it was back in it's around the Shadowrun episode when I'm talking about my horrible first fingering experience, because that all followed the same night when I was in 6th grade.
Well, so the night of your first French kiss was also the same night as the
first night touching boobs, first night finger blasting.
Man, you had that's a watershed moment that you had right there.
Watershed, not great moment, because it didn't happen again until I was a sophomore in high school.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, so was that also your first just kiss?
Well, I kissed other girls, but I didn't do anything else until I was a sophomore.
Okay. Well, I mean, but that night, the night that everything happened, the night where you got to experience all of life's pleasures, was that your first kiss as well, or was it your first French kiss?
My first French kiss.
Okay.
Yep. No, my first kiss was Pretty Gatsby and Brainy Gatsby's Treehouse.
Look at you! You guessed the pretty one.
Yeah.
It's in her title. You can't mad at that
because Jerk It Jeff wanted to kiss Pretty Gatsby, and I wanted to kiss Brainy Gatsby. So instead of doing the ones that we wanted, we did the ones that each other wanted, and nothing really worked out.
What? I mean, that's straight up kid logic. I get it, but
yeah, I think it was just Good Time Gatsby who was the instructor of the Truth or Dare that ended up playing out like that.
Yeah.
So, but my first French kiss was the heavyset girl who had a very bad deviated septum, could only breathe out of her mouth, had 2 extraordinarily buck teeth that basically pointed at you. So that first kiss was not a good one. Not good.
Maybe I figured,
because as soon as I pull back, I just immediately am hitting the face with hot breath, going.
Yeah. Like a cat that's happy to lie down next to you.
Yep. So, and then apparently and I was very ashamed. I didn't want anybody to know about it. So, and apparently then I bit her lip on my withdrawal, apparently. I don't remember doing that.
So it wasn't on purpose?
So she told everyone, no, it wasn't on purpose. She told everybody, Tyler and I kissed and he bit my lip. So the next Sunday at church, everybody was walking up to me and biting their lip. I had no idea what they were talking about until I heard that was the reason. I was like, she wishes. Just denied it for a decade.
Just diffuse that situation?
Yeah, I was like, didn't happen. No. So.
I've mentioned this girl before on the show.
Mm-hmm.
She was my first French kiss, which this was. I've got a weird thing. I always did have a weird thing in middle school where it was I was interested in girls.
I'm gonna take a draw off this.
Okay, you're gonna go for the trash monkey.
Yeah. It looks dirty. The foam now looks dirty.
No, it looks like there's sediment.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is going to be gross.
Don't mean to interrupt you.
No.
The foam is settled. I'm going to go ahead and try
I want to be interrupted so that I can enjoy this expression on your face.
It's better than
the Colt 45? Yep. Let me try it.
Yep. Because Red Bull, sugar-free Red Bull, I've compared to the taste of sweet tarts have been left out in the sun too long. So that flavor additive, I think, is an improvement to the Colt 45.
It's weird. It's almost it almost neutralizes it. This is almost flavorless.
Yep.
Tyler, you invented vodka.
Or the McElroys invented vodka. The poor man vodka.
No, you invented it, Tyler. Take credit.
They did an energy bowl, not Red Bull, sugar-free, and Busch Light.
This is patent pending. They're successful.
The
They
guy at
can
the
deal
liquor
with it.
store, when I handed him one single bush light, just kind of looked at because he clearly never rung up just one bush light before.
So in high school, I always I was interested in girls, but I was terrified. And I remember like going to middle school dances and stuff, and having the awkward like slow dance where it's like I wasn't exactly sure like what the proper distance was, and like because I mean part of me wanted to be like all right up in there, just like pressed up against girl, like as much as me that could be possible, but the other part of me wanted to not get in trouble. Pretty much 80% of my life has been dedicated to not getting in trouble. So because of this weird relationship between those two things that I wanted, no French kissing happened in middle school. Freshman year, though, the girl whom I mentioned on the show a while back offering me a BJ, and I did not understand what she meant, and so I declined, and then she promptly broke up with me like a couple days later. I understand. I do not blame her for that at all. I get it. I felt like I was polite in my decline, though, but I'm pretty sure that was probably
in that mouth.
I know. Yeah. So
that's where I pee out of. It's not going in there.
No. She didn't explain what it was. If she would have explained what it was, I'd have been like, "Oh yeah, I want that thing. Please sign me up." But I was like sitting in the room, being like, "What is a BJ?" Too risky. No, pass. Pass. It could be anything. I don't want Brandon Johnson to just show up at the door. So that was the girl who I first French kissed. And that was actually, I've told the story of when it happened. That's when my mom dropped us off after a date at her house. And she kissed me in front of the car while she put on a show for Dave's mommy. That was... That was a good thing.
That's a chapter title in your autobiography.
Yes, yeah, it surely is. That relationship was a learning experience. Like I learned a lot of things in that one relationship.
In French kissing, do you like a lot of tongue, a little bit of tongue? Where do you land on that?
Lots.
Yeah,
I want a lot. Yeah,
I have not really met a girl who enjoys a lot.
Yeah,
I enjoy a lot.
Yeah.
To put it weirdly and crudely, I like a mouthful. I like to know it's there and they're putting forth the effort and just ramming it in there gracefully.
Well, you put it that way, and I think maybe I don't like a lot of tongue. I like to know that it's there, but I also certainly like to be the one who's like introducing the tongue. I don't mind a little pushback. Like that's fun. I like
pushback
that.
is good.
But I think what's most important is how you finish it. Like that's more important than the amount of tongue.
Yeah.
I feel like you want to, like Shay O'Kon absorbing a soul from a body. You just want to suck in just a little bit, just like you're sucking the foam off a trash monkey.
Incoming call on my cell phone from one Jonathan Turley.
Oh yeah, let's pick it up. Let's put this on the show. Can you put him on speaker?
I'll try. Hello.
Hey man.
Hey, hello, Jonathan.
Hey John.
And how are you, Tyler?
You're on TADPOG. That's why I'm talking like that.
Awesome.
So forget about saying the thing you were about to.
Had a bad time, but hey, so TADPOG is actually why I'm calling you. I was listening to Streets of Rage 2.
Uh-huh.
Our most listened
talking
episode.
about the book that you read, Q182 or 184, something like that.
Oh, the book, the Stephen King short story about the hotel room.
About the Japanese. I know that there's.
Oh, 1Q84. 1Q84. Yep.
Okay. Because you mentioned that it was a really big deal for someone to own a gun, or
Yeah, in
the book,
Japan.
They made a big deal about somebody asking, one character asking another for a gun. And, being the gun nerd, I had to chime in. When I was dating this girl who was going to Murray State, her roommate, a good friend of mine, was a total redneck girl. And, I'm sorry, her best friend was a total redneck girl. And her roommate was an exchange student from Japan. big bonfire. We ran extension cables from their like powered camper that they had, and we set up a bunch of gaming stations. We had like a Super Nintendo, a Sega, like all kinds of stuff. And
there's the game
one of
talk.
the things we did before we got to the gaming and the drinking was we shot. Everybody brought some guns, and she, of course, had a bunch of guns. Her dad had a bunch of guns. So we did some shooting before we started drinking because, you know, we're responsible. And the girl from Japan, you know, she, you know, we were like, "Do you want to shoot?" And she was like, I think so. We were like, "Yeah, you know, it's up to you." And so I gave her like my mom's .22 pistol, and of course, like instructed her, you know, intensely on how to handle it and be careful with it and everything. And I just remember she shot twice with it, and she went over and she took the target down and she put it in her purse. And I was like, "Oh, you keeping a little memento there?" And she was like, "My father will never believe that I shot a gun unless I show him." It's like, my father has never shot a gun. And I was like, wow. That's what it said out of me. I was like, man, a lot different. Like, gun culture.
Wow, the civilized world.
Yeah. I just thought that was really, that really kind of blew my mind. Because I was like, wow, I've been shooting. I was like 8. You know?
She's a hardened criminal now in Japan, right?
she was addicted.
Totally.
She's Yakuza now.
Yeah. Hey, John.
All right.
John.
Huh?
I got a question
Yeah.
for you.
Oh, okay.
When you're French kissing, do you prefer a lot of tongue or a little tongue?
When I'm French kissing.
Yeah. It's kissing with tongue.
If you still do that.
Yeah.
I'm going for that middle of the road.
Yeah?
You know, like I want enough tongue to notice, but not enough tongue to be like I'm choking.
Okay. How do you finish kissing?
How do I finish?
Yeah. Do you have like a finishing move?
Like a Mortal Kombat character? Like,
If you want. I'm not trying to lead you a certain direction, but
I don't really have a finishing move. I mean, I guess, you know, the withdrawal of the tongue and then just, you know, finish with the lips. Right?
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You know, like ease back out, you know?
Standard issue.
Yeah.
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 Nothing too fancy. I get it. I do. I understand.
No, I keep it plain.
Yeah. You can't go wrong. It's original flavor kissing.
Well, yeah, it's safe too. You don't want to be like, yeah, that guy with the too much tongue.
Yeah, but after you know somebody for a while, you can kind of get weird.
Yeah. That's when it gets good. That's when every relationship gets good.
This did not go the way I thought it would. This went somewhere completely different.
You know, I'm glad you called because we didn't know when you'd be on the show again. So this counts. It's fine.
This counts?
It's got to count. It's got to count.
I'll tag you in the show notes
yeah.
as being on.
Well, I do want to be on the show. I still desperately want to do the Naruto fighter.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
fuck yes. Fuck yes.
Do you want to be on an actual play episode? That would be really cool if you could like get away and play some D&D or something.
Whoa.
I got a text message. That's what that was.
Oh, okay. Like, it sounds like there's a cruise ship.
John, you just want a cruise, buddy. Second caller of TADPOG wins a cruise.
All right.
I just waterboard you in Ryan's room.
Patreon money, won't you? Well, all right, guys. I'll let you get back to the show. What are you recording?
An all calls episode.
Yep.
Oh, well, hey.
I know. This is
Perfect.
great.
It's perfect.
I can't remember what episode number that I'm on, but I think I'm getting close to get caught up. I think I've only got like 20 episodes to go.
Yeah. Would you say we produce a lot of content, John?
Yeah.
All right, buddy.
Well, thanks for calling.
Oh, hey, no problem. You guys take it easy.
All right.
All right.
See ya.
See you, man.
Later.
That was good.
That was good. I like that.
Yeah.
You want to take a pre-recorded call?
Yes.
All right. Let's see. Here's a call from.
And I do the reverse fadeaway, basically.
Oh.
I step down like to go from lots of tongue back off on the tongue, just to like the making out without the tongue, to like a steady lip hold, and then I'll do like soft upper lip kisses, bottom lip kisses, one long like 2-second hold, and then I'm done.
Man,
Yeah.
you've developed this.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm surprised. I'm surprised that you've developed it. I kind of just assumed you were.
Do you know how many people you have kissed overall?
Not many. Not
Yeah.
like an embarrassingly small amount of people.
Well, you're a relationship guy. You've always been like you've
Yeah.
been in
Yeah.
multi-year relationships.
Yeah, I have. I mean, it's probably 10 people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are we including family?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Within 10. Without family, I'm down to 3. No, I mean, it's somewhere in the ballpark of like 10 people.
Yeah.
I do not get close to people quickly. Like, it is like, and it takes, I need to feel comfortable with a person before I put my parts on them. Like, I mean, it's like even like I don't want to touch a person unless I feel like I know them. Like, I mean, just like touching, like just like shoulder to shoulder kind of deal. Like if I'm in an elevator and there's a lot of people on the elevator, like I really like Dragon Con, I really just try to kind of position myself so that
Yeah.
I'm a Jenga piece or like I'm a Tetris piece that's like not gonna touch people.
We can make you a furry just for like the elevator rides.
That would, but it's so hot though is the problem. It's so hot.
We'll get one of the air conditioned ones. It's fine.
How about you? I mean, you're a kisser, right?
Not. I mean,
You're a
not
lady.
an unusual amount.
Yeah.
Like I know a lot of people who have a lot higher.
Yeah. So what? I mean, your numbers got to blow my number. out of
I
the
keep
water.
meticulous sexual numbers.
I know
so
you
I know
do.
mine is 32.
That's a lot of kisses.
So-
You're a kisser.
That's. I mean, I think that's a moderate amount.
Yeah.
Like
So I'm really low.
so.
So that's real. 10's like low. I'm essentially a medieval monk.
Family included.
Family included. Yeah, 10 people.
Because I remember, it's not there anymore, but I remember I used to keep a categorized piece of paper that had like code on it, where I would have like kisses outside of shirt, inside of shirt, fingering, blowjob, going down, and sex. And I would write down the names, and it was just like a perfect like
Like you would write down the
bar
names.
graph were the names of the girls that I'd done those
Okay,
activities
okay.
with, and it was just
So you weren't keeping tabs on your friends at this point.
those stick in my memory really well.
That just came later.
Those experiences stick in my memory better than my own.
Yeah.
So I wrote mine down.
Yeah. No. Embarrassing low number of kisses for me. I'm not a kissing, and that's probably why I like when I talked about my kissing technique. I'm sure all the advanced kissers out there were giggling.
Nah, I mean, you haven't kissed a lot of people, but you've kissed who you have
Yeah.
a lot of times.
That is true. That is true.
So
I mean, that's not really what counts. That doesn't help my numbers.
it's a quality thing instead of a quantity thing.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Thanks. Here is a call from 402. It looks very short. I see the word drunk in Google Translate. Let's see what happens.
Hey, Tadpog, I'm a little drunk. If I die tonight, I leave everything to you. Okay, goodbye.
Who are you?
I've watched a lot of court TV. This will hold up. Yeah.
Yeah.
We get all of his stuff if he dies. Who was that? Let's see. It kind of sounded like
I guess we'll find out when we're sitcom style, called under the reading of a will.
it kind of sounded like Ryan, but I'm not sure. He called back. Here's another number from 402.
My brother Ryan.
No,
Ryan
Master
Walters.
of Corn.
Okay.
Because
Because like I'm getting Ryan shit anyway if he dies.
Yeah,
so.
Ryan's been-
You don't tell me.
Ryan's been sucking on that trash monkey. He's about to die. He called back. It's 4:02. Called back the next day. So I guess we don't get his stuff. Let's see.
Hey, Tadpog, what's up? It's Master Coin, Ryan Walters.
Good call.
Got it.
I'm doing the Tadpog trope and calling you on my way to work.
Yeah,
It's
nice.
Monday morning. Just wanted to let you guys know I called you, obviously, over the weekend. You probably just played that call.
Yep.
Maybe you omitted that call.
No.
The call was completely out of context, and so I sound like a crazy person, like John Arbuckle when they removed Garfield from the cartoon.
Yeah. You just sounded a little
Anyways, I
tipsy.
wanted to let you know I'm okay.
Good.
Saturday night, I decided it'd be fun for family game night if I would drink a liter of Costco brand Crown Royal. So that was all
Costco
for me,
Crown Royal?
making some embarrassing
Man.
phone calls to your radio show and a few other folks, and posting some interesting stuff on my Facebook. So, anyways, I wanted to let you know I'm okay. You cannot have my stuff, but I still love you.
Damn.
So have a good day, and I hope you're well.
Thank you, Master Coin.
I'm having a great day.
So Costco brand Crown Royal. So he's like a middle. It's the middle class monkey. Is the Costco Crown Royal.
That does not sound good. I never had Crown Royal though, so I don't know.
Josh Edwards fucking loves that shit.
Yeah?
Every time like I've been around him when he's been drinking, like Coke and Crown Royal.
My favorite thing about Crown Royal are the dice bags they include with their alcohol.
Yep. Yep.
Because it's the classic dice bag. Thank you for calling, Master of Coin. I wish you'd leave us your stuff. I'm glad you're safe, though. If you want to change your mind, you can add us to your will. How cool would that be to be in someone's will?
No, when you die, we're gonna challenge your wife based on that call.
We know a guy who's going to beat her in Mortal Kombat for all of your earnings. All right. Thanks for calling. Here is another call. This is from 413.
Fucking Tadpog. What's up? Sean here. You know what I just came to the realization of?
What?
That was me waiting to see if you knew what I came to. But anyways, all these people are trying to get on your show and like bumping up their money, their Patreon, all that stuff. I'm about to blow some minds here.
Uh-oh.
Adam has been practically co-hosting every All Calls episode. he's got this down. Like, that's brilliant. By the way, that's not an I fucking love Adam's calls. But yeah, I thought that was a pretty good realization. And no, if you can hear that, I'm chewing this is sunflower seeds. I don't know if the listeners could already tell because they're so used to hearing crunches and stuff. But yeah. Anyways, all right, guys. Enjoy the rest of the show. Bye.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you, Sean.
Thought you were official.
I thought you were official Shay as well.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear you say that
A
because
third doppelganger.
because that's who I thought it was. Sunflower seeds, also good Gurmit.
Jay, I'm convinced now that Jay is Venom, then Cody is his Carnage, and then now Sean is Toxin. He just keeps spitting off symbiotes.
What's the D&D character? I almost said fictional D&D character. Tyler,
Fictional, like a real person, like Taylor.
could you please tell me the name of the fictional D&D character who made all the clones of himself?
Starts with an M.
Yeah, I cannot remember it.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I could, had you not asked me, I would have been like, "Hey, here's a random thing."
I think it's almost like vaguely racist. Is that right?
Manchun. That's it. Manchun.
I love that you got it on that.
Because I pulled up Google and typed in M, then it came to me. Oh, Manchun. Okay.
Manchun, yes. So, I mean, Cody's either Venom or Manchun.
Yep.
Or both.
They're all
Manchun.
Manchun. It's fine. Jay Shun.
We're all Manchun. All right, here is a call from 410. Man, you are killing that trash
What's
monkey.
up, fellas? It's Tony. I am currently listening to the Pinball Extravaganza with Pinball Archmage Chris. And
It's a good episode.
Tyler just mentioned, I know this is at least the second time I've heard him say that left-handed bowlers have a disadvantage when bowling. And that is utter bullshit. It's completely the opposite. Bowlers have an advantage. Left-handed bowlers have an advantage when they're bowling because they have a clean lane. So, dude, you gotta stop lying to yourself. You just suck at bowling.
I've read it somewhere, Tony.
Well, Tony's a scientist, Tyler. So You have to contend with that.
I trust his chemistry. He's not a left-handologist.
I think we should have a bowl off. I think you and I are captains of bowling teams, and we get to choose from Tadpog Nation.
Who all is left-handed in the Tadpog Nation?
That's a good question. You get all the lefties, I get all the righties.
Correspondent Laura is left-handed. That's the only other one I know of.
How is she at bowling?
Not bad, actually. Not bad. Okay. I have not bowled with her in many years, but not bad.
If correspondent Laura
better than I am
had to bowl off against Manchun, who do you think would win?
Well, Manchun knows telekinesis, so Manchun wins.
What if he agrees that he won't use his telekinesis in the bowling match?
Then it's close. I don't know if Manchun's left or right-handed.
I mean, we could probably Google that.
One of his clones.
Someone knows.
Just depends.
Someone who's kissed less people than me knows. I kissed 9 people, and I know that he is ambidextrous.
I mean, you can't check that if he has the feet or not. So.
All right. Thanks for calling, Tony. Looks like there's a follow-up from Tony. It's also from 410. So probably him, unless he gave his phone number or gave his phone to somebody else. Hopefully he's going to be calling me out on some bullshit to even it out.
Hey, fellas. It's Tony again. I just wanted to apologize for that last message that I just left. That was hurtful and unnecessary. I'm sorry. Love you guys.
That was
I forgot you sent us chips, Tony. It's totally fine.
We love you too. Also, when I said that you should say something to correct me so that Tyler and I are even, I did not mean that. Please don't do that. I can't handle it. Here is a voicemail from 757. Google Translate starts out, "Damn it, Tampa." So we'll see.
The Buccaneers are awful.
Yeah, here, Tampa hater 757. You're on the line.
I hope the Buccaneers are from Tampa.
That sounds right.
Or I think they are.
Did they move or something?
Maybe, probably.
I don't know. All these football clubs moving.
Damn it. Tadpog.
No.
This is Adam.
Adam.
I sent you my freaking phone charger. That's why my phone dies when I'm in the car on my way home from work, and I can't freaking call you and make a dang 3-minute call because I don't have any battery life. How the heck did I do that? I'm so glad that you got my huge package. I'm really excited that you guys ate the candy cigarette, Dave. I hope it didn't put you back on the wagon.
Oh, I'm up to 2 packs a day.
I don't know which one it is. I'll have to refer to that on Seinfeld. But it sounds so good to listen to you guys eat those things. And I was so happy that you enjoyed the package, and it made my day. What didn't make my day was one of the first times in Tadpog's history that I feel like it was Tyler and Dave puss out on question.
Uh-oh.
Because we did Sex, Murder, Marry, Tyler's aunts. And he didn't pick any. He just said, "I'll nephew them all." And I'm like, what? Blew my mind. Like, I really thought, okay, he's really going to tell us. But, didn't even want to venture into that land of creepy. So I'm going to venture there first so that you can venture there next. I would sex my Aunt Sheila. That's my mom's younger sister, only because she has big cans. And if I'm going to have sex with one of my blood family members, well, she might as well have big boobs. I would marry my Aunt Jeannie because that's my mom's aunt. She's a little older, really sweet, but she gives the best arm tickle.
Oh, man. I gotta pause. I can't hang.
One of my aunts. Oh, I don't even know, man. It would probably just be, man, that's tough. That's even harder. I found it easier to find an aunt that I would have sex with.
Than one that I wouldn't.
Because I just had
Please put that on your business card.
That'll make it easier for people to be like, oh, he's not as bad of a guy for marrying his aunt, because they won't even know that I had sex with one of them and then potentially murdered her. So if I think of an aunt that I would murder, I'll let you know, but it would be easier for me to have sex with a family member than murder somebody. Put that on the quote board. If you don't have a quote board, I'll mail you a quote board.
I think that's fair.
I guess.
You can put quotes on.
Ugh.
Glad you guys got the package. I'm about to start the Darkwing Duck episode. So let's hear. Can't wait to. I can't speak. I love you.
All right.
We still love you, Adam. That was good. I applaud all of that. None of my aunts have big tits, so that's probably why I couldn't do it.
I'm not even going to comment on that. So I'm going to puss out more than Tyler. I'm not even, man, given the choice.
Let's see if I can get the bottom of this trash monkey and see if I can do it then.
Yeah. You'll find answers at the bottom of that bottle, Tyler. Just trash monkey it up.
What was it? The local liquor store has on its sign, technically alcohol is a solution. So there you go, Tony.
Thank you for calling, Adam.
Yeah, and in regards to you're smoking, which I am very proud that you've once you quit, you quit. Like there wasn't waffling about it.
No, but to be fair, I had quit once prior and went back. So I mean, there is that.
Well, you've made it since then. Since I knew you have quit, then you've maintained it.
Yeah.
Because I was talking to Brandy Gatsby the other day, who is trying to smoke. She doesn't smoke a lot, but she didn't stop smoking entirely.
She's trying to smoke or trying to quit?
Trying to quit.
Okay.
Yeah, she doesn't smoke a lot, but trying to quit. And I was like, yeah, you just have to know some of your triggers. Because I know Dave has to stay away from some of the trigger elements. And then I brought up you playing, when we played The Wolf Among Us.
Yeah.
That was kind of hard because it really made smoking look appealing when Big B was doing it.
It was tough. Okay, I haven't talked about this. Maybe I've mentioned it on the show. I can't remember. Probably not, because it's still a weird, sensitive subject for me. But since my dog died, Hein, a corgi, who I named after the dog in Cowboy Bebop, I stayed away from Cowboy Bebop because it was I don't know if I can. I'm a big fucking softie, and I'm not sure that I can watch that show.
Yeah.
And then I decided to watch it a couple months ago with my sister because she had never seen it, and she likes anime. So it's oh, you got to watch Cowboy Bebop. And then I remember, we got to the second episode, and it was because it's Stray Dog Strut. And when I saw the title screen, I was like, oh no, I forgot. I got it. I can't just stop it because she's she's enjoying it. And it's a great anime. And it's I don't want to be you're just getting to watch the rest of it on your own. And so watching that was tough. So now so now I can't watch Cowboy Bebop for two reasons. It's because of the character in it, Hein, and smoking looks so good in that anime.
Yeah.
It looks amazing. It's and they're all doing really healthy things while they smoke. Spike's
training. Yeah.
And it's man, it looks great. He's he's got zero gravity cigarettes and plucking out of the sky. Yeah. So I can't watch that anymore.
Get my rush of purity. Yeah.
The fucking, it gets the triggers get easier though.
Yeah.
That's good. So sunflower seeds. It comes back to sunflower seeds. I ate a bunch of sunflower.
Replacing the habit, the need to have something with your hands.
I did get fat. I mean, I put on 20 pounds.
I would never have called you fat.
Yeah, that's pretty. I mean, that's the heaviest I was.
Yeah.
Was then.
Heavier, but I would never have classified you as fat.
I was pretty big. Yeah. I ate a lot. I did. That was just food just became a replacement. Every time I wanted to smoke, it'd be grabbing some sunflower seeds or hard candy. Hard candy turns out to be pretty high in calories. So.
See, I'm so glad you did because I talked with Jacob about this because I care about Dave and he smokes so much. I wish he didn't, but at the same time, he's the one person I can't approach about it because I feel like
you'd push me the other direction.
I feel like smoking made sense on you. I feel like you needed it.
Yeah, we talked about
it's
this.
something I could never tell you. Hey man, you should quit. It was just no. It was
yeah.
I feel like it was intrinsic to you, and I couldn't influence that.
And I'm honestly, this isn't a remark to you about you, but if you would have told me that, I wouldn't have listened. I know I wouldn't have listened. It's it was one of those things where it's I had to come to that on my own.
Yeah.
I had, because it was most definitely a part of me. It really was. And since I quit, I'm glad that I quit because I can run and stuff now. And that's I wouldn't have been able to do that. When I was smoking the way I was smoking.
I mean, because John Turley has talked about that. being at basic training and not smoking, coming back, smoked like 2 cigarettes, then tried to work out and noticed a huge difference.
Yeah. I can't. Yeah, because I tried running a few times when I smoked like a pack and a half a day, and it was miserable. Like it was just like the things that I coughed up shouldn't be coughed up, kind of deal. So so that's good, but it does suck because I still do feel like that's a part of me that's just gone.
Yeah.
So it's weird.
It's grayed out. It's the bonus character you've given up the DLC for, and it's just grayed out.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And it's it's weird to describe, but it does feel like, and this is probably, it's going to sound over dramatic, because it probably is, but I can't really put it in any other better way than it feels like when I quit smoking, part of me died. Mm-hmm. Like just a part of me is just like, well, this isn't a part of me anymore. And I haven't really, I can't feel like you can replace that.
I don't think it's being over dramatic. I mean, like, I think that's the way with any addiction.
Yeah.
So,
and it was absolutely like, clearly, it was cigarettes. So clearly, obviously it was an addiction. There's no way around that. Like not just a chemical addiction, but like a habit as well on top of it. So, yeah. In my wistful tone, I say that I'm glad that I quit.
I'm also very glad that you quit.
But it is hard sometimes still when when someone lights a cigarette around me and like I hear that paper crackle. I get it. Like it's like it is one of those things where it's like I could go back to that anytime. Like at the drop of a hat, I could go back to it. Like it would just be like no thought about it. Just here we go. But I think the real test was the first time I got drunk to the point where I couldn't make good decisions, and I didn't smoke.
I feel like that's everybody's trick for like
smoking.
Smoking
That's
while
like
you
a
drink.
big hurdle.
Because everybody will tell me it doesn't count when you're drunk.
It doesn't count when you're drunk as long as you weren't addicted to smoking.
Yeah.
Because like if you were addicted to smoking and you smoke when you're drunk, it's fucking up. You're done.
Yeah.
You're back on.
Yeah.
You're back on. It's over dramatic. It's like I feel it is. It's over dramatic.
I don't think it is. I mean, everybody. It's always hard. That kind of thing is always hard to. Your own personal experiences are your own personal experiences. So I know like relaying that to somebody else is always difficult because like no one gets your experiences like you. So maybe I don't think it's over dramatic, but I also know like it's a thing about you, so that makes it important.
And I haven't been through a lot.
You shouldn't trivialize it. Well,
so that's like part. Like in the grand scheme of things, it's like I've had a pretty good life. If that's like the hardest thing that I've done, that's not so bad. The manly man at work, I'm sure, is probably like quit smoking. Like, that was not harder than cracking the pig open with his bare hands to make cracklings.
Well, I think you have to look at every personal experience, how it affects every person on a personal level. As I'm getting into that word thing again, a little fierce, but that's like what drove me nuts about on Facebook when Prince died. To bring up Prince again, I see everybody posting about Prince and linking things about Prince, and then I've got those handful of people who will post things about like, why are we mourning celebrities when these are the people we should be mourning? And it's like soldiers and cops who have died, and that always gets to me because it's just like, stop with that shit. Like, yeah, that's terrible, but like people are just talking about something that it's affecting them in the moment. You can't constantly bury things with things that you see as universally worse.
Yeah.
Everybody's just talking about their own personal experiences. So you're mourning Prince because you enjoyed his music. It's not like you should, I can't talk about Prince because like soldiers died in Iraq.
Yeah.
That's awful, but like don't diminish your own personal feelings.
I get it. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's just Facebook, dog. That's like my only statement on that. Like it is tough for me to go through my feed. Like I scroll I scroll 3 and it's like I go back up and I'm like, I swear I'm not coming back until someone's president.
I get why the younger generation is not on Facebook and they do alternate things. I get it.
We're hipsters. We are. Because we're not content with Facebook. We're outside of our age range.
Yeah.
I feel like. But do you think that's a common complaint? Or do you think that is more like people who... this is going to sound... You may not agree with me. I kind of consider us like fringe people. And by that I mean that we're kind of weird. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Like, I mean, I'm definitely
We're fringe in our
weird.
area, definitely.
Yeah, certainly in this area of the country, we're fringe. And maybe that's where a lot of it stems from, because a lot of my friends on Facebook are people within, even 300 miles. And a lot of the politics don't really change in that range. And I say politics, but I mean also like philosophies and thoughts on things and general attitude. So I definitely feel like it's tough to like log into Facebook and be like, oh, I don't agree with any of these things. Like even like the people supporting what I believe, I don't like what they're saying because it's like, I don't think, all right, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think they understand it, or we understand it in different ways.
Because my feed will be like hardcore Bernie supporter.
Yeah.
Followed by hardcore Trump supporter.
Sure.
Followed by clearly racist person.
Right.
Followed by Hillary supporter and feminism. Followed by Jacob. So that's just like the whole spectrum. It's just like, oh, okay. Like I'll read it. I'm not going to weigh in on any of these things ever. Facebook to me is like, I'll check these statuses for amusement.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I just use chat and events. Other than that, like that's it.
I'm with you.
Because like I have to have, if I want to text with Jacob, I have to use Facebook Messenger. So I'll have Facebook just so I can talk to Jacob. I'm never going to get rid of it for that. At least that reason.
Oh, it's great. I mean, I think Facebook Messenger is great. It's just I hate that it's tied to Facebook.
Yeah. And you can't turn it off. You can't ever appear to be offline and send messages. Like people will always know when you're, even if you hit like inactive, turn everything off, people can still see that you're online on Facebook.
Yeah. I was turned on to something by Paul Kluel, Ruby Baron Paul Kluel, told me about messenger.com, which is essentially Facebook Messenger without Facebook. Yep. Yep. It's amazing. So like when I'm at maybe work, maybe not, I can just go to messenger.com instead of facebook.com, and I don't have to worry about all the Facebook stuff. It's just the chat stuff.
That's pretty good. I like that.
I'm going to verify that URL because it seems like that would be taken by like, I don't know. Like,
a mail delivery service.
Yeah, or AOL
Parcels,
or something.
Yeah. Oh, this trash monkey's getting hard. Getting hard to keep going.
You're almost to the label again.
I don't feel intoxicated like at all. So
you don't seem intoxicated at all. It is messenger.com. Well, that was kind of a tangent. Sorry about that. I don't know how particularly funny that was.
No, that was our feeling tangent. So
we need to
get back to the yucks.
Yeah, we need to feel sometimes. We're not comedy automatons.
I sort of am though. Whenever I hear people who don't like I love Nicole. I love Nicole Nance.
Yeah,
but she will profess like, I don't like comedy. I don't understand that at all. That's all I ever want to consume media wise. I want funny podcasts. I want funny TV shows. Like, it's hard for me to get into I can get into some dramas and stuff like that, but pretty much like I just want comedy.
I do too.
24/7 in every format.
I'm the same way.
So
I like a little bit of comedy in everything. Like even when I'm in the mood to watch like an action movie or something like that, I want an element of comedy that like travels throughout the movie.
Yeah.
So she just means she doesn't like comedy as like the genre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
can't get into comedy.
I get that. I mean, I get that.
Because it's just like it's such a foreign concept to me. I'll do documentaries, and that's about as non-comedic as I will get. Other than that,
yeah, I like some documentaries.
Like I'm hard pressed to even go I'll go to see a movie in theaters, but I want it to be either a comedy or a book I've enjoyed. Like I don't just want to go see an action movie generally or anything like that. I want comedy or something I've read put on the big screen.
It's tough for me with comedies because I generally feel like you don't lose a lot waiting to see a comedy like on Netflix or something like that.
Yeah.
But I get it. I enjoy the genre, so I'm down. Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
Here's a call from Taryn.
Oh, all right.
Who I have in my phone book now. It's 270 Taryn.
Good morning, TADPOG. It is co-host of Pole Position and Banjo's best friend, Taryn. Hope you guys are doing well today. I have a slight bone to pick with you this morning.
Pick it.
I'm a couple eps behind. I apologize. I was working out of town in Austin last week and got behind. I didn't have my normal commute, but I have a bone to pick with you, and it's specifically with Tyler. Tyler,
Bring it.
I have taught you so much about Nashville, and I know that you have done your own exploring in Nashville as well. But if you ever again utter the phrase that Prince's Hot Chicken is the best hot chicken in Nashville, I will get on a motherfucking
I've heard that, Taryn. I've heard that.
you to death, because that is the most incorrect statement about Nashville, Tennessee that I have ever heard. In no particular,
Taryn, the man is dead. Now is not the time to talk about his chicken. The man is dead. We need to honor his death. I'm sorry.
Taryn has fucked every man in Nashville, Tennessee. Is that a more incorrect statement about Nashville, Taryn? Or is Prince's Hot Chicken the best chicken? Call us back.
Sorry, I had to pause. I was outraged.
in order, okay? Top 3 hot Tennessee. Here we go. Hattie B's, Bolton's, and Pepper Fire. Princess does not even rank in the top 3. They may be the founder of hot chicken, but I don't know if you've ever been there or not. Number 1, you will get shot or stabbed when you go pick up your chicken. It is a given.
It's like the strip clubs I like.
The chicken is terrible. I know their heat's good, but their chicken is terrible. I think that's what makes Hattie B so good, is because their chicken is so juicy and delicious. And
Hattie
same
B's
with
is-
Bolton,
it's
you can actually get chicken
fantastic.
and fish done
Yeah.
in the Nashville hot style. And Pepper Fire is just delicious all the way around. But Princess is not even ranked. So Tyler, wash your dirty mouth out, because that is terrible to say. And also, I have not had the Nashville hot chicken from KFC yet, because I just don't eat a lot of fast food. But I have been tempted to go there and throw it in their face, because I can guarantee you it is not a Nashville-style hot chicken. But God bless them for trying, I guess. Hopefully, though, you will make a trip to Nashville and go try those other places before you even step foot in Prince's. I don't mean to be so enraged this early in the morning. But hopefully you guys are doing great, and I will talk to you soon, and have an awesome week. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Taryn. Tyler, you've been taking a lot of hits today, and I feel bad for you.
I've never been to Prince's, so I don't think if I said Prince's is the best, is because that was what I read on very, very many reviews on the internet.
The man died. Let's give him a week and say that his chicken's the
What's
best.
the best?
Does that cost us anything? Nothing. It costs us nothing. Let's just say that his chicken's the best for a week, and then we can go back to Taryn's top 3, which was Hattie B's, Bolton's? What, Bolton's? I don't know. I couldn't understand the second one. And Pepper Fryer?
Pepper Fryer.
I'm down to try all of those.
Yeah, so my Hattie B's was fantastic. So
I recently had to go to New Orleans, and so we flew out of Nashville, and I wanted to get Hattie B's. I think the flight left on like a Saturday morning or something like that. So like around 11 o'clock on Saturday, I was like, I'm going to go buy Hattie B's and get some chicken. The fucking line to Hattie B's was unbelievable. I mean, it was like wrapped around the corner of the block. Like the line went the full length of the block, and then a couple people, like the tail was just right.
we only got in as quick as we did for my birthday because other people that lived in Nashville got up early and got in line.
Yeah. It was, I believe
it's a big restaurant.
I believe it because it was, I mean, it was crazy. When I was like, oh, there's no way we're eating here.
Yeah.
Like our flight will have landed in New Orleans by the time we get served chicken.
Yeah.
So it is great. The KFC stuff, I think is fine.
For this area, we're not going to find it. That's the best corporate thing we're going to find. I did try the Captain D's hot fish the other day.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, I was surprised when I saw it when I was driving by the mall. I was like, oh, I'm going to have to go have that.
I forgot Captain
It's not
D's was a
good.
thing.
Yeah.
The hot fish is not good.
No. Like, no. Long John Silver's all around beats Captain D's, in my opinion. So I probably won't be back until I see something new on the menu that entices me.
Yeah.
Other than that, like, if I want that style of seafood, I will go to Long John Silver's.
The hot style?
Just the crunchy, battered, fuck up your insides and throw off your diet style. So.
Oh, is it like really? So like it's not good for you? Man. Really?
Oh man.
Really?
Oh man, Long John
I would
Silver's
assume
is
it's
fucking
fish, right?
terrible.
I mean,
Well, yeah, but it's that inch of batter on every piece.
Oh, it's that bad, huh?
Oh, it's real bad. It's real bad.
Huh. Like comparative to like...
I mean, because you get the fish like that, the battered fries like that, the hush puppies, and the crunchies. Like, it's all like...
They have a side item called the crunchies.
That's what the thing that it comes on, like the little bitty... And you can order the crunchies on the side, too. Just little bits of, like, batter that lands in the fryer.
Are you
that they'll throw
shitting?
under
That's a
the
thing
fish.
that you can order?
Yep.
That's amazing.
Yep. I mean, it is a diarrhea disaster every time I have KFC. Not KFC. Long John Silver's.
Well, I mean, KFC too.
KFC's also, yeah. They at least have slaw, so it's like, that's a vegetable.
KFC's not bad, actually, like if you get the baked chicken. But the problem with it is, like, I guess not many people order the baked chicken. So it's kind of one of those situations where you like, when you...
I remember KFC, I'm going to help you. The baked chicken.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess we'll bake some fucking chicken. Pull around.
Well, it's like, no, it is like that because it's like, I compare it to like, have you ever gone through like the McDonald's drive-through to get ice cream at like anytime after 11 o'clock? And they're like, oh no, ice cream machine's broken.
I get that a lot, yeah.
No, can't. Sorry, it's broken. That's like essentially what they do at KFC when you ask for like a baked chicken. They're like,
all the baked chicken's broken.
Yeah, they're like, we're out.
It fried itself. Can't do it. It's broken.
We gave it a choice. You could be baked or fried. It chose fried. I'm sorry. So yeah, and the other hand is when I get a baked chicken, sometimes it is like inedible. It is so dry. Like it is just like there is no moisture in this chicken whatsoever.
That's why I love dark meat so much more than white meat. Yeah. Don't care about white meat.
Yeah. I gotta get the baked chicken breast though. Yeah. I can't. Sometimes I get the thigh, but
pretty much I will go now fast food if I want to try whatever new thing is on. Other than that, like if I have to eat fast food, I go to Subway and I get an egg white on flatbread. That's what I always do.
We've been doing. Nikki and I have been trying to do better. Yeah. Yeah. Because we were eating out a lot. And I was doing okay because it's like I can just, eat the things that are kind of low calorie at restaurants, or fast food restaurants. The problem with it is a lot of the low calorie stuff at fast food restaurants is also the expensive stuff, turns out.
Seafood, shrimp, and
salads. Yeah. Where it's like Wendy's is like, I feel like when I go through, they have good salads. I think Wendy's has great salads for a fast food place. It's amazing. But I can feel that like, okay, whenever I order a salad because I got to make it. And it's like the night crew, I love it. They will get lazy. And it's like they'll just take a garden salad and it'll be like, oh, this guy ordered the apple pecan salad. Take the garden salad and put some apples and pecans in there. Chicken, we'll call it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
And I know it's like it costs the company so little.
Yeah, sure.
Not as much as fries. I mean, fries are like the bottom. That's the bottom tier of cost.
Is it really?
Like no matter what you eat, fries are always the most inexpensive thing you're going to find on a menu. Period.
Interesting.
So yeah.
That explains why they're everywhere.
Yep.
And people love them. And is the other thing.
It'll cost the company a cent for a bag of fries and charge you $1.99.
That's a pretty good profit margin. Yeah. I'm no businessman, but that sounds pretty good to me.
And Anthony Bourdain also talks about that in his books. Like when you're selling a lot of pommes frites, you're making a lot of money.
Yeah.
So
that's French for French fries.
Mm-hmm.
Pommes frites.
Pommes frites. Or like when you'll have a steak and fries. So steak pommes frites is a fancy way of saying there's some steak and French fries here.
Je suis la jeune.
Je suis la jeune fille.
Pommes frites. I am the French fry.
Las Biblioteca.
For dog?
The French fry gallery for dogs.
Do we have time for more?
Let's do more. Fuck it.
Okay.
I don't know what time I started. Let's just keep going.
Oh, boy. All right. What's Audacity say?
An hour 38.
Oh, we're good. All right. Here's another call. This is from 270. Maybe. No, we played that one. This is from 757.
What's up, TADPOG? It's your beloved Adam. I'm about 28 minutes into the Darkwing Duck episode, and not trying to stir the pot in any measure, just coming to bring a third voice into the conversation about Harrison Ford.
Oh, man, again. With
Han Solo, and I love Indiana Jones. And I like Harrison Ford. I've seen him on a couple late-night shows at Jimmy Kimmel. He's very dry and very funny, and sometimes he seems like a dick, but I kind of dig it. But I 100% understand where Tyler's coming from, and I 100% understand where John Turley's coming from. I just wanted to throw this out there. And this call contains Star Wars Episode 7 spoilers. So if anybody hasn't seen it, go freaking see it. All right, it's been a month or two or something. So go see it. Tyler, I think you already know the spoilers. So
Yep.
So we're good to play this?
Yeah.
We're good.
Everybody,
We're
yeah.
good.
Spoilers for
Look.
the next at least 2 minutes. So.
Yeah, we got a minute and 35 seconds left in this call. So if you haven't seen episode 7 yet and you want to maintain the spoilers until you watch it, skip ahead, please. Like 2 minutes, like Tyler said.
I'll just throw this out there. Harrison Ford loves the character that he plays, even though he doesn't seem like it. In Star Wars, he didn't want to come back to do Return of the Jedi because he thought that Han Solo's character basically did everything he could do, and there was no need to have him in the movie, and actually wanted them to kill him off in the movie, not because he hates the character or because he thinks it's stupid, but mainly because he thinks that dragging that character out wouldn't be good for the movie or that character itself. That's why most of his time on screen was frozen in carbonite. So what I think happened is when they tried to get him to come back for this episode, they basically told him what they wanted to do, and he was on board because this is what he thought should happen with the character before. And what I will say is he acted his dick off in this movie. This is one of the best Harrison Ford acting in any of the Star Wars movies by far. And it's really cool because you actually get to see him acting and talking as a smuggler, which we don't really see that in the other episodes. So I definitely think that Tyler could enjoy his acting in this movie more than any of the other movies, even if you don't really like the guy because he's a douchebag. I get it. So I like both of your thoughts, both of your opinions, and I just wanted to throw that out there because I'm a Star Wars nerd, so I always like to talk about Star Wars. So after I finish this episode, I'll probably call you guys back tomorrow and fill up the call log for All Call Show. Love you guys, and I really love you, Dave.
But not me.
Tyler, you're taking a beating, man. I do not know what's
Yeah.
going on. I do not know what's going
But
on.
Adam, you have to side with me because I'm one of the hosts and John's a guest host. So you have
that
to
is
be a
true.
little more on my side.
That is true. I mean, but Adam is our co-host. He's our All Calls
Yeah, it's
co-host.
true.
As proclaimed by Sean, right?
Yep.
Sean proclaimed that. AKA Manchun. AKA
Man, Sean.
Manchun. I don't know why I was like, I almost called him Maine Coon.
what River and Sky are? Yeah.
Yeah. So you want to talk about Harrison Ford more? Or
No.
Yeah. There wasn't really much of a episode 7 spoiler in there either. So
No.
that was good.
Still think I'm right. So, and he's making another Indiana Jones movie. So fuck that guy.
I will say this.
Unless Indiana Jones is dying in this one. If Indiana Jones dies, if Shia LaBeouf kills Indiana Jones, okay, then I'm glad you made it, Harrison Ford. Other than that, fuck you.
It's actually a murder mystery. The next Indiana Jones. It's Indiana Jones and the Curse of the Missing Diabetes.
Curse of the $1 million acting contract.
Yeah. The case of the missing.
I don't care, but I keep getting work that so many actors in Los Angeles are dying to do. Fuck my life. Hashtag FML.
I want to say this, I might take Jacob. I know you're listening to this. Please let me know how you feel about this, because I feel like Harrison Ford saying in Return of the Jedi that he should be killed, I feel like is maybe overstepping his role as an actor a little bit. Is that reasonable to say? Like if this was like not a movie, like I feel like maybe there's some leeway there where it's like, hey, you're in the writing process. You gave me this to read. Here are my thoughts. But I feel like for like a production like Return of the Jedi, it's probably like, we wrote this movie, please act in it, kind of deal.
Yeah.
I don't know. But see, I don't know.
If at that point he'd gotten already from the other two so big that he felt like he could do that, and if he didn't really give a shit to begin with at that point too, like, I don't like this, so yeah, I should die. Makes sense.
I guess my point is I'm kind of going more towards the Tyler side with your argument, Adam. I know that's not the desired effect, but I kind of feel like maybe Harrison Ford shouldn't have been like, hey, let me tell you how to write this movie.
Yeah. Plus, if he knew George Lucas, he should have known like he's not gonna. He wants that toy money. He's not gonna give
Some
a shit.
merchandising.
Yeah.
Here's another thought on Han Solo. This is not my original thought. I heard this on another podcast called Tell 'em Steve Dave. One of their hosts, Brian Quinn, said something that I didn't think about when I was watching the movie, episode 7. Most of the characters from the original, most of the original cast is like right back where they were. And like Han Solo is like the prime example of that, where it's like he goes through all of this, saving the fucking galaxy, and like how depressing it is that he winds up like right where he was at the beginning of A New Hope.
Yeah,
Just
I read a thing about that. They had to, in order to end his arc the way it needed to end, they had to restart his arc all over again. So yeah, they had to tell his whole story again so he could reach the resolution he should have had.
shrug. It's kind of weird, but it's like depressing.
Yeah.
And like, because Q says that on Tell 'em Steve Dave, that it's depressing. Like, yeah, it is kind of depressing. That it's like this character goes through all that, winds up where he was before it all started, and then something bad happens to him. Spoilers. Shit, I fucked it up.
But, I'm a big fan of the show Girls. As the seasons have gone on, I've gotten to become a little less of a fan, except for the character who plays Adam, who also plays Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
So
I never saw him prior to him playing Kylo Ren.
He is a rage monster in Girls. So, well, knowing what I know about Kylo Ren, that's where it makes sense.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it totally makes sense. Because he's a rage monster in Star Wars as well.
Take some more.
You want more?
Yeah, I want more. I just now got this Colt 45 below the label again.
I know. But I have to pee, and so like 2 more. Can we set a limit? Can we do 2 more?
Okay.
Are we good with that?
2 more.
Okay,
2 more.
2 more. I'll be the party pooper here. I'll be the Harrison Ford of the group. Here is a text message from 520 who says, "Hey Tadpog, thanks for making my day. I tend to jump to the new eps, then go back to catching up since I drive all the time for work. I hope to get a package out next weekend. Anyway, keep up the good work. Jack of Moons, Mike."
Ah, yeah.
Jack of Moons. You're welcome. I'm glad we made your day.
Thank you.
I worry sometimes that it's weird that is it weird that sometimes I still feel like we're just like shouting into the void?
No.
I mean, we have wonderful people who call us and leave us messages and stuff, but it's weird. It never feels like I never feel like I'm really doing anything. And I don't mean to like downplay what we're doing here at all, but I mean there are moments where it's like, should we be doing better than we're doing? Like, should we? It's like I gotta look at the calendar and scratch my head. It's like we've been doing this a while. I mean,
300 episodes.
Yeah, are people still listening to us? That's why these all call shows are so fucking important, because it like reminds me that yes, it's not just the people who communicate with us regularly on Facebook. We're also other people are actually listening. So it
out of the 5K who listen to Streets of Rage, we only hear from a very small portion of them. So
it's weird. Podcasting is weird because it's not like you don't get immediate response for things. Yeah. And like your content is out there for a very long time. Who knows where someone's going to start listening. So that was very nice. Thank you for leaving that message. I really do appreciate it. And you didn't even take any blows to Tyler.
I didn't take any pot shots.
That's great. All right. Here is a voicemail. This is from 651.
Motherfucking Tadpog. Cody here. We're in quite of a big blizzard up in Minnesota here, so I've been stuck in traffic for 3 hours.
Standard fare.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you ask a question. So I was eating Handicap hot fries today. I'm sure you guys have them. They're from
that's a
Omaha or something. But I'd have to say those are my favorite chip / munchie, I guess. I consider them a chip. I don't know if anybody else does. But I would have to say that's probably my favorite. And I just wanted to throw the question out to you guys, since you guys eat a lot of chips on the show now. What has been the tastiest chip on the show? And what are your personal favorites? All right. Thank you. I'm going to be going for another hour here in the car, so I'll talk to you later. I might call back. I don't know.
All right. Thanks for calling. We even sent a lot of chips.
The ghost pepper chips that Lord Mike sent us, I think were the best. That's the only thing I have went after having those, went and ordered some. Like, those are my favorite chips we've had on the show.
Oh, it's tough for me because I really enjoyed those. I liked, I'll be honest with you. I'm having a hard time like remembering them specifically.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we had a lot of different kind of chips.
Because we have had a lot of different ones.
Yeah.
It's been pretty rare where I feel like it's been like, oh, this is the worst. But yes, I do specifically remember the hot chips. Obviously, because that's kind of my.
It's the only chip I've had that been like, that's actually hot. Okay.
Yes. What stands out to me, I'm kind of going to circumvent. I'm going to dodge the question a little bit. What stands out to me the most is the hot sauces. Not a chip. I realize not a chip. It's very much a chicken tendies kind of thing.
My hiccup fest with Dave's Insanity sauce.
Yes, but Paul Kluel sending those to us reminded me that I needed to track down Mrs. Renfro's. Which is the salsa that you had picked up previously and let me try, that ghost pepper salsa. And that sent me on this magical, mystical journey of flavorful spices. I found that Mrs. Renfro's also does a green salsa that is not nearly as hot as the ghost pepper salsa, but the flavor is amazing. I put this on everything that makes sense. Like when it is like, it'll turn like a microwave burrito, like Manchun shows up and casts flavorness on it. And it's just like, oh my God, this is amazing. It's amazing what 4 tablespoons of green salsa does to this. So like that to me has been not to like cast shade on any of the things that have been sent to us, but like the hot sauce package was like, man, this is great because it has turned me on to a thing that I cannot live without. I went to the Southside Walmart that's where I started my adventure to try to find the Mrs. Renfro's. No dice. My nearest Walmart didn't have it. So I asked my mom because my sister lives in Louisville, and instead of contacting her directly, I had to be a big baby about it and be like, Mom, when next time that my sister's in Louisville, can you see if she can find some of this salsa? And she said, yeah, sure. My mom came back the next day with like 5 jars of Mrs. Renfro's green salsa. She's like, I bought all of them. She said, I don't know when they're going to get them back, so I just bought all of them. And then she bought some of I've been meaning to mention this on the show. She bought some of the ghost pepper salsa as well. And when she told me a story that like she could barely tell because she found it so hilarious. When she's checking out, the cashier rings it up. She also bought a bunch of those, and then puts them in the bag and looks at my mom and says, "Is it really scary?" Because on the label it says it's scary hot. And she stone cold, full seriousness, asked my mom if the salsa was really scary.
So, is it really scary? You right now? Yeah.
Yeah. So she's either the funniest Walmart worker ever or maybe possibly the dumbest. Take your pick. So that's it. I totally dodged the question. I liked a lot of Tony's chips as well. So, I mean, Chris Edler's introduced me to new things. I like the stuff that he sends. Pretty much if you send us chips, I like you and you're my best friend. So there you have it.
That's 2, or did you want to do 2 calls?
Let's do another one.
Okay.
I can hold this urine inside my body for a little bit longer.
Just pee in this Colt 45 bottle. Let's fill it back up.
That's an entirely different kind of monkey. That's a
hepatitis monkey.
Look, man, you know how many girls I've kissed. I don't have hepatitis. All right, here's a call from 651.
Hey, TADPOG, it's Cody again. I just called, and I totally missed out on a good question I could have asked you guys. Being stuck in this blizzard, trying to go 18 miles, taking me over 3 hours.
Oh.
It's kind of a nightmare. My question for you guys could be funny. What is the worst driving conditions you've drove in? And did you have to poop? I mean, I kind of have to poop, and I'm not close to home. So, looking forward to your answer. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to call again today, but I could have a long way to go yet.
You're stuck in traffic. It's fine, Cody.
All right.
It's fine.
We get it.
Worst traffic condition. I'm torn between two different answers. One being the time I drove from Alexandria, Virginia to Paducah, Kentucky, like 3 days before Christmas. So it was snowy and you had heavy holiday traffic. A 12-hour drive became like a 16, 17-hour drive. That sucked. The other was whenever I got stuck in rush hour in Manhattan. That's a whole new level of stress. That was awful.
Don't
was
drive
awful.
in New York.
I won't again. I was helping a friend move into. He was moving into Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So I helped him. I helped him move, and then
God.
I took like a wrong turn, and I got fucking stuck in Manhattan.
Oh Jesus! Every time I go to New York, every time, this is no exaggeration. At some point, I'm like, "Holy shit! I'm glad I'm not driving here." I like look at the roads, and I'm just like, I don't know I don't know how anybody does this.
Washington D.C. is just like it's New York beats it by just a little bit.
Really?
Just a little bit.
Really?
Because everything in D.C. is just so poorly laid out, and there are times of the day where it's just like it's that nexus of like Maryland and D.C. and Virginia that it just is fucking awful. Like the traffic is why I quit. By primarily, like it was kind of a shitty job, but I could have like made it work. But the traffic and the commute from Alexandria to Bethesda, whenever I was working at the Bethesda Country Club, I was like, I can't keep making this drive. No fucking way. Because you had to get there, I had to go right through the thick of DC, and it was terrible every day. There's that time you almost died.
Which time?
You and Nikki in the snowplow?
Yeah, that was like, not really not really a traffic condition, but yeah, they were the worst driving conditions for sure. She was driving, and then a salt truck stopped on the interstate to help somebody who had gone into the median. It was just, the roads were just completely ice, which explains the salt truck. And so because he stopped in a lane, just on the interstate, just stopped in the right lane, it was coming down really bad. We didn't even see his lights until, there was no stopping. Like, Nikki put the brakes on and did nothing. So, it was just like, she put, I saw her slam on the brakes and the car just, just kept on going. It was just like, brakes.
We'll lock up and skate. Cool.
So yeah, that was like certainly one of those moments where it's like, oh, this is it. Like we're dead.
Mm-hmm.
We're not walking away from this, and we did. We walked away from it, and that was some really good sex. That was some really good aching sex after that, because it was like, I am alive. So I'm sure she'll hate that I said that, but whatever.
It's okay. You've had good sex. It's fine.
She's one of the girls I've kissed, by the way, just for the record.
If she wasn't,
I drive.
I don't believe in that. Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you. I'd still like to put this inside, but I'm not gonna kiss. I'm like Julia Roberts for Pretty Woman. I'm not going
just all the time.
And by that I mean,
you, sir, are no Richard Gere, my husband.
That is framed above our bedroom, or bedroom doorway. I drive a early 2000s Toyota Celica every single weather incident is a driving condition for me. And my brakes don't work anymore, so that's a problem. But when we got some heavy rain here like last year, that was tough because I had to be very careful about, like, if there was a puddle in the road, I just had to go around it. I could not risk it. Like, I don't know if this puddle is 2 inches deep or if it's a foot deep, because on my way to work the morning after that heavy rain, I saw a car. I was driving behind a car, do my normal thing, and I saw a car disappear into a puddle. Like, he just drove into it, and it was like the car just went down. And it was like, all right, I guess they're okay. Clearly, they're all right.
That's Aquaman. He's fine. Because that's why whenever Southside flooded and I was driving home from work one day, like, there's no way I could have gotten home without driving through the flood area. So, like, I had to drive through it. I remember, like, 6 inches of water standing in my car as I'm driving down the road, just because that's all I can do. It smelled great, and for the rest of the time I had the car.
Cody, I hope you made it.
Yeah. I hope you're still alive.
What's your favorite blizzard, Tyler? Since we're talking about blizzards, have we talked about what our favorite blizzards are?
I don't know.
On the show?
Georgia Mud Fudge.
Wow, that's an interesting one. I don't think I've ever seen that on the menu.
It's
Is
good.
it a discontinued one?
Last time I was there, it was still up there. So yeah.
I'm a nerd blizzard guy. It's impossible to get. They had it in the one in Murray for a little bit.
About to say, I don't even remember. I get you to give me like a plain blizzard, please.
Yeah.
Just agitated ice cream in a cup, and I'll add my own nerds.
I've done that before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that. I've gotten vanilla ice cream from Dairy Queen in a box of nerds and just blended them like on like a low setting.
So you gotta make friends with one of the people that works there. I remember Ashley Shake telling me, like, that's all they would do, like, at night if the manager was gone, they just make up their own blizzard flavors and eat them.
Really?
So, yeah.
That sounds like a good job.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good job, especially for Shake, because like
it was a good high school job. Yeah.
Right. I don't mean like
now. Yeah. Man, we got to quit this TADPOG stuff before I get Dairy Queen.
Right. No, but I mean, like, that sounds like a good, because like Shake seems like one of those guys who's just like, yeah, try this. Let's try this. Let's put this thing in the blizzard machine and see what happens.
Yep.
So I feel like that's like a good high school job for him. I probably would have been too worried that I would make something horrible that no one would ever let me forget. So, what abomination have you crafted, David?
Are you done? You good?
Yeah, I probably need to. I probably need to be done.
Urinate?
I do need to urinate.
Thanks for listening, everyone. You can find the show on iTunes, Stitcher, and SoundCloud. So you missed the next episode. We're going to be doing the final chapter of the Little Fears actual play. And let's see. Hey, we need those 5-star iTunes reviews. Been stuck at 143 for a very long time. Although I'm glad we're that far. That's awesome that we're that far. I remember once we hit like 102, that was a long drought. So do us a favor. It helps grow the show because iTunes is still, I don't know when it will ever be overtaken, but it's the biggest place for podcasts. So please go to iTunes, type in TADPOG, subscribe, give the show a 5-star rating, write a review. So if there's a guest host you want for an episode, a game you want us to play, a Patreon request, whatever, include that in your review. And we promise we will get to that eventually.
Don't worry, guys. Like Tyler said, we're going to be back. In the meantime, you can always find us at tadpog.com. You have got to go there so you can see the fucking fabulous amiibos that have been crafted by Mr. Jordan Meow. Still not going to pronounce his name correctly.
I think that's good. I think that's his title at this point. Yeah.
Chairman Jordan Meow. So, man, we're going to have photos of these on there. I'm not going to post them on Facebook. I'm going to force you to go to tadpog.com and look at them at the show notes. So please check those out. Hey, I just dissed Facebook. Go find us there. We're at facebook.com/tadpog. I've confessed how much I fucking hate it, but you might like it. We're on there.
Yep.
You can find us on Twitter. We are at @tadpog_podcast. It is cumbersome, I realize, but thank you very much for retweeting us, especially our episode announcements. which those retweets keep going up. So thank you. That's great. Hopefully we can pick up some new listeners. I also feel like it's worth mentioning that we were recently on an episode of Loaded Cart Gaming, which our friend Paul Kluel co-hosts. We recorded it a while back, but it was released when this publishes. It would have released 2 days ago. So,
okay.
I know you can find them on Facebook, and we tweeted about it too. So at @TADPOG_podcast, there's a link there. I love the description that they had for the episode. They say that it is very not safe for work. So we have a great reputation.
What?
Well, that's our track record for guest appearances on other podcasts. It's just like, they need to like go out of their way to be like, all right, these guys are a little weird and they like to talk about sex a lot. So yeah, check that out. We're going to be having a bonus episode for Patreon donors.
Sometime this week.
We've changed our schedule a little bit. We're going to try something new. We're going to try doing bonus episodes near the beginning of the month instead of near the end of a month. So I know
that's when rents due.
Exactly. So former Master of Coin / Master of Coin, Ryan Walters, he was on Patreon and he said, "Where's the episode?" So I was like, it kind of made me feel good that someone was like, excuse me, we normally, yeah, exactly. We normally have a thing that I like and it's not here. What's going on? So rest assured, we're going to be working on that. So we'll have something for you soon. If you want to get that bonus episode.
But I had an idea. I at least want to tell the story regardless of what we'll do.
Okay.
A long, long time ago, if Tadpog historians may remember, that I mentioned a show because I joked about it because I was like, there's a story I won't tell until it's behind the paywall. So now that we sort of have a paywall, I will be telling the Jasmine story, which is I have yet to tell the Jasmine story and it not make people gag because it is a grotesque, it is a very gross story. So there you go. I will tell the Jasmine story finally after like 3 years. I brought it up really early on.
You did.
I'll tell that. I will tell that story on the next Patreon.
I'm not even going to come with a story. I'm just going to let you tell the Jasmine story because A, I don't have one, and B, there's no way that I could follow the Jasmine story.
Yeah.
So if you want to hear that, trust me, you do.
We'll figure out a way to make it normal length, but
the story?
No, the
Or the
episode.
episode?
It won't be like a 20-minute episode. We'll make it a full-length episode, but...
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
We'll just tell the story several times.
Just several times.
It'd be like a choose your own adventure. Can we do that? Where like I tell you to do different things in the story and we see how it goes. If you want to hear that,
and I guess it's also about it's a sex story. It's the grossest sexual story. Well,
ever.
It's the grossest story I have, and it falls in subcategory sexual. So
okay, all right, that sounds like a reasonable reason.
Yeah.
to give us $1.
Yeah,
I would give
go.
$1 to hear that. If you would like to give $1 to hear the grossest sex story that Tyler has, you can go to patreon.com/tadpog.
Piss story, nothing compared to
Doesn't
this.
compare?
Does not compare.
Okay. All right. You heard it here. Check us out. Thank you very much to those who already donate. It's amazing. We've been able to buy some new stands and some pop filters for guests, so that's been really cool. I'm working on getting a backup soundboard, and as soon as I can make a decision on which one we need, that'll be happening. So that's all because of Patreon money.
Yeah.
So thank you. What else? You can call us if you want. If you want to be on one of these shows, one of these all-call shows, give us a ring at 270-883-2555. I've rememorized our phone number. Thank you. I'm very proud of myself.
Yeah. Not our bunker code.
No, not the bunker code. If you would like to mail us things, you can do that. Tyler, do you have that P.O. Box address?
That is Tadpog Studios, care of Nicole Nance, P.O. Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002. Then we also have an Instagram at Tadpog_podcast. So lately I haven't had a lot of stuff to put on there, but I still publish stuff on Instagram fairly frequently. So video game stuff or funny things that I see or pictures of Kenna that are somewhat podcast related, That's all on there.
Our
So,
Little Fears character sheets are on there.
Little Fears
if you haven't
character
seen
sheets,
those
it's
yet.
true.
So check those out.
Let's see. Our theme song is Moves by Sycamore Drive. Link to that track can be found in the show notes at tadpog.com. How would you like to close this out?
Like a trash monkey.
All right.
How we just interpret what a trash monkey would sound like.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good. So until next time. Tropical Capricorn.
That was
I love to hang out at playgrounds.
that's just a statement.
I'm drunk and I'm always on these monkey bars. They call me the trash monkey.
Bearded host Tyler, and I feel I've been pretty reserved during this podcast.
Really?
So, yeah, I think it's time that I really just tell something personal about myself. Really talk about, just dig deep and talk about some stuff that's gonna make my wife just like roll her eyes and get a little angry, a little frustrated that I talk about it. It's not about her.
Is that why she's gonna be frustrated?
She's like, why would you? She saw my notes and she was like, you really have to talk about this? Do you really have to tell those stories? I was like, yeah, I think I do.
Okay, lay it on us.
So let's preface it first by saying, like, I was very awkward in middle school. Like, very, very awkward. Mom still bought all my clothes. Like, I had a complete corduroy suit I wore to school at least 2 days a week. Like, ridiculous. And she also did my hair. So every year I would change it to something equally as ridiculous. Like my 6th grade year, I had like a Conan O'Brien thing going on.
Yeah.
Middle school was parted in the middle, like not like the double Conan O'Brien, like 2 swoops on both sides.
Nice.
And then 8th grade year, I remember it was
like a late 1800s bartender.
Yes, it looked like handlebar mustache, only on my
your
head.
Nice.
It was ridiculous. Like you posted the pimpliest Jedi. Like if I posted those pictures, they're bad.
I think you should.
Okay, so in middle school, chubby, short, weird hair, corduroy suit.
A real winner.
Yeah. Wasn't getting much vagina. So I'm taking anything that's being thrown at me at that point. I mean, in middle school, it's like, who's getting a lot of vagina in middle school? A lot of kids I knew were getting vagina in middle school. Not none of my friends, but I heard about it. I'd heard about this. So the first time I got to do it, as awkward as my performance is, as awkward as my dress. Let's put it like that.
You were wearing a dress.
It was as my method of dress.
Wait, so the first time you were wearing a dress, I think we need to end the show.
I was like, Uncle Steve, I don't feel good about this.
Now I understand why Meg was like, I don't think you should.
You know what?
Save this one for therapy, Tyler.
So it was. I was doted upon by a very. Let's just call her fat.
Okay.
Like,
all right.
Like, no one else is throwing it at me. Sure. All right, bring it on, girl who outweighs me 3-1. And I was chubby. So, like, I awkwardly fumbled around, poked at her vagina, heard somebody coming. I mean,
wait.
Well, I was in a semi-public place.
Where were
at
you?
the time? I was at church.
Nice.
So, like, I'm down there fiddling around. I thought I heard somebody open the door. No one had good grooming habits back then.
Wait.
So yeah, she had a lot of pubic hair.
Yeah.
So I hear somebody coming. I jerk my hand out and I rip out a handful.
God.
Yeah. That's only half the story. Eventually, like, no one's coming. Things proceed.
Well, you're new. I mean,
yeah. I'm on my way home and I'm just like, this smells funny. Did I do it right? So I asked the next day. I called her and asked her, like, did I put it in your butt? That